as October rolls around, I've decided to get back into my Halloween zone. So, as the new Crow movie came out, I decided to say, what the hell? I might as well give this one a try. And
what the fuck is this piece of shit?
man, this movie was buns. Rebooted movies rarely turn out well, especially rebooted horror movies. Whether or not you consider The Crow to be a horror movie, what everyone can consider is that this movie was straight cheeks. So, this got me thinking, as I'm sure you probably know. Horror movies have some of the worst movies ever to be created, and the rebooted movies are no different. So I've picked 3 different horror movie franchises with a reboot somewhere along the lines, and the worst movie in said reboots. There's plenty I could talk about, but I've chosen to limit myself to 1 movie per franchise. So Halloween, only one of you will be getting the business in this video. I've broken each movie down into 3 sections on why it's 10 times worse than the original. Section 1, the story, for obvious reasons. The main difference between these movies and their OG counterpart is that the story just isn't as good as it used to be. Whether or not that's due to the origin changes, the character changes, or the everything changes. Somewhere along the line, these movies lost the ability to tell their story well. Section 2, the impact. Iconic horror movies have shaped the way horror movies are created. Some have even began whole new genres of storytelling. So in order to live up to that, these reboots tried their hardest to be memorable. And as you already guessed,
choke the chicken, purge my snorkel all over them flappy ass tits.
They completely fail at it. More times than not, these movies are forgotten before they could even get off the ground. And finally, section 3, the reliance. While not the case for all rebooted horror movies, clearly these movies always have a certain reliance on the fame of each respected character to bring money in. And when that is the case, all that really matters is the ability to use that character as much as possible in order to market the movie better, indirectly ruining every other part of the movie. I decided to do 1 movie per section, even though all of them fit into each section, you know. Before I get into the video, I want to mention the support on the channel. As I've already said, you guys are the best.
Hey, I was invisible! Cool!
I don't feel so good.
Section 1. I feel the best fit for Section 1 is 2007's Halloween. Now, the story of Michael Myers is a pretty straightforward story. A kid kills his sister on Halloween night, is sent to a mental hospital where the doctors try to figure out why he did it, and then 20 years later or whatever, he breaks out of the mental hospital and goes on a rampage on Halloween night in the same time where he killed his sister way back when. However, the main consensus of Halloween is that there's really no reason Michael Myers does what he does. And unfortunately for y'all, I do not believe in the whole ritual bullshit of this universe, man. This is stupid as fuck. Michael Myers is just the embodiment of evil. I mean, they say this shit in every trailer.
You don't believe in the boogeyman? Evil dies tonight. He's the essence of evil.
However, in Rob Zombie's 2007's Halloween, I understand why this dude was evil. Good Lord, I do not blame Mr. Myers for wanting to kill everybody in this bitch. The reason I put this movie in this section is because if you strip away the aspects of Halloween, the movies aren't disastrously bad, at least the first one in 2007. We are not talking about the second one. And they're not as bad as some of the others on this list. A solid 4, maybe 4.5 out of 10. I saw someone say it's a decent movie, but a horrific remake, and I'm inclined to agree. The biggest blunder of this movie was clearly the story. Giving Myers a backstory is always a bad idea, and the way that Rob Zombie did it was just plain terrible.
White people be like,
oh, the whore with the big tits hanging down to her knees?
Maybe I'll choke the chicken, purge my snorkel all over them flappy ass tits.
Y'all cannot make me feel bad for Michael Myers. Every character in this remake was somewhat annihilated, especially Laurie and Loomis, which is a pretty bad thing for a Halloween movie. All of the people in this movie were terrible human beings and really grimy, honestly. 9 times out of 10, I was hoping Michael would piece up everybody else in this movie, and I felt no type of sympathy for anyone that he did kill in this movie. The backstory of a broken home kind of ruins Michael's whole evil incarnate image, because I really do feel bad for this dude. I mean, look at this.
You are starting to annoy me, boy.
I hate you.
And I hate you too, you see that? soon as this heals, I'm gonna break it again on your fucking face.
Now, in saying that the story is trash, while it is true, the action of this movie is pretty decent. And physically, Michael Myers was a beast in this remake, and the horror aspects had some high points. Seriously, this version of Michael was a dangerous man. They went for the gore/shock value in the remake and decided to leave the actual storytelling in the toilet for this one. So I think it takes section 1 pretty easily. What you can't say about this remake is that it tries to leech off the original. Rob Zombie went in his own direction for 2007's Halloween, and you have to respect that. But for section 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 easily takes this spot. This is the most forgotten remake that I have ever seen. If I mention this remake to anyone that I'm talking to, I'm always hit with the what the hell is even that? On top of its forgettability, this movie is very bad. It's boring as fuck. It makes no changes from the original, really. And the special effects are...
Hey, man. It's Freak Bob. Thanks for answering.
They're a little schizo. You definitely either have to love the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, or you're kind of just playing it in the background whilst you do other things. The acting is ridiculously bland. I'm not sure if this was due to other reasons, but holy... it seems like nobody wanted to be on set. However, I think the reason this remake is forgotten as much as it is because it really adds nothing else to the story. All of the cool shots in this movie are just worse versions of the original shots. They come up with no new kills, quotes, just nothing else. Everything is the same, just 5 times lamer.
Why are you screaming? I haven't even caught you yet.
So 2010's Nightmare on Elm Street takes section 2 in a landslide. And finally, for section 3, this one might be a hotter take, but I have to give this one to Child's Play 2019. From the beginning, Child's Play's main attraction has always been focused around Chucky. Now you might say, dude, every horror franchise's main attraction is the villain. And I agree with you, but Child's Play is on another level because I'm not joking, I could not name another character from any Child's Play movie besides Chucky and Andy. Now, does this make me a fake Child's Play fan? Perhaps, but I know that you know what I'm talking about. So for Child's Play 2019, the reliance on Chucky's image is very heavy. Despite the doll being the main attraction for this movie, it's the absolute worst part of the movie. It's terrible. It's not possessed by a serial killer hell-bent on getting revenge or killing other people. It's just another movie of a malfunctioning AI robot that kills people. This completely ruins the character of Charles Lee Ray and Chucky. It genuinely felt like a prototype to see if Megan would be successful or not, hiding behind the Child's Play name and the character of Chucky. This is the reason this movie takes section 3. If this AI robot was not dressed like and called Chucky, I highly doubt this movie gets as much traction as it did. They changed everything about the character besides his name. Now, I'm all for changing stuff when it comes to a reboot. I mean, that's the point of a reboot. Just look at the Evil Dead reboot. The only remake of a horror movie that I enjoyed. Many things changed, but they changed in a way that's still connected to the source material. But for Child's Play 2019, I mean, they changed everything. It's practically a new character, so why not just make a completely different movie? The cash grab is super real with this one, and I cannot respect that. So with that, Child's Play takes section 3. With October on the horizon, expect many more horror videos to come out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments which horror movie reboots you hate the most and what else you'd like me to talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video.